Hey guys, it's Josie, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this super cute faux gingerbread house using only a couple materials. To make this faux gingerbread house, you will need cardboard, which I cut out off screen, something to measure with. I have a yardstick and a measuring tape here, and then something to cut out the cardboard with. You can use scissors, an X-Acto knife, or a box cutter, which is what I used. Just make sure you're careful when working with sharp objects. And then some type of glue. I started out with super glue but switched to hot glue. Then to decorate, I'm using this Fast and Final lightweight spackling because it looks like real frosting, and then some disposable piping bags, as well as some icing tips. I ended up using the number 32 one, and then also you'll need some couplers for the piping bags, and then whatever decorations you want. So I have these candy canes, and then this sprinkle pack that I separated some of them but kept the rest in the container they came in, and I will link these candy canes and the sprinkle pack down below. After you cut out your cardboard into the desired shape that you want, I chose an A-frame house. You want to glue it all together. So I started out using the super glue that I showed, but it bled through the cardboard because it wasn't as gel-like as another kind that I know of, so it just made it look weird. So I switched to hot glue and it worked a lot better. And I could make sure that I kept the cardboard straight because it was curved in some spots. And here's what it looks like after that. Now it's time to decorate. Starting off with the spackling as the faux frosting, you're going to want a disposable piping bag because you don't want to use any of this for actual food later on, and you're going to want a piping tip. I'm using the Wilton number 32 open star tip, and some decorating couplers. You only need one, but I picked up this set of 4, and also a spoon to fill the piping bag with. The first thing I'm doing is setting up the piping bag, so I'm opening the coupler and trying to measure out where I need to cut the piping bag. So I cut it here at first, and then once I put the coupler into the bag itself, I'm going to adjust it and cut where I need to make it fit, which I'm showing you that here. And then you put the piping tip on top and screw the other end of the coupler on top of that to keep it in place for when you're piping your designs. After I opened the spackling, which was a little bit difficult, so I didn't show that part, I'm just scraping off the spackling that's on the lid so I can mix it all up because that's what it says on the container, and also just so it gets fluffier than when it was just sitting in the container for a while. And then I'm going to get ready to put it in my piping bag. To fill your piping bag, you're going to want to fold over the edges so you have a place where you can scrape off into the bag itself. And I'm just putting it over my hand, but you can also fold the edge over a cup, which makes it a little bit easier so you have both hands to fill with. But then you want to scoop out the spackling with your spoon and put it into the piping bag. As you see, I'm just wiping it against the bag against my thumb so I can get most of it in there. And then you're going to want to fold the edge back up and try pushing all the spackling towards the bottom of the piping bag. As you can see, I'm using this method here at the beginning, but later at the end you'll see I start out by shaking it down first. After you get most of the spackling down, you can then twist the top where there's no spackling, and I did adjust it a few times to get it right, but I just wanted to make sure that none of the spackling was going to come out the top of the bag when I started piping. And then I'm just squeezing at the top where I had twisted it to get the spackling out and make sure that there was no major air bubbles when I first started piping, so it didn't get all over the place when I started on the actual faux gingerbread house. To start off, I just added some little swirls to the top of the gingerbread house, and then I'm gonna show you I practiced some different designs with the piping bag on the spackling lid so I didn't mess up the whole gingerbread house. And then I'm just piping a line across each of the edges and doing little dots along the bottom edge of the house and adjusting the spackling as I go. Then I added these candy canes as a candy cane fence, but as you can see I had a problem with 2 of them staying up, but I got it figured out in the end. And then I'm just decorating it, adding the door, adding windows. I added some of the faux sprinkles, and I added one of the little gingerbread houses in the window. This is what it looked like then, and I couldn't decide if I wanted to do anything else to it or not, but here is what it looked like at that point. And then I decided I wanted to add the little shingle pattern on the sides like you see on any gingerbread house. I filled up another piping bag and just cut off the smallest little piece at the bottom because I wanted the lines to be thin, but I ended up having to make it bigger than I thought I would need it to get the correct thickness of the lines that I wanted. Here you can see it's way too thin for me, and then I adjusted it and now it's a lot better. And again, you don't have to make this perfect. My second side was definitely a lot better than the first side, so again I recommend practicing on something else before you start piping on the real thing. And then I just added these little pink snowflakes and some little snow designs at the bottom. And here is what the finished faux gingerbread house looks like. If you want to see more, you can like and subscribe down below or leave a comment on what you want to see next, and have a nice day.